Okay, so this is the arch. As you see, I put it upside down and I tied the pieces in together with these joiner pieces. I actually don't even have all the hardware in there, nor did I tighten it completely. It'll still work. I'm gonna set this up myself just so you know it's doable. It's much easier to do with two people. What I do is, for those arches that we're selling, we include like a roll of carpet or furniture protector or carpet protector or hardwood protector, yeah. And you just cut a strip and just put it where right over here. You see it right there, and that's gonna help essentially keep these snug. Now I'm putting these where there's these holes, and I'm angling it based on this joint there. So I'm just kind of doing it like that. It's nice and snug because of that protector. And I'm going to do the other one. And again, it's much easier if you have two people lift this up, one person hold it, and the other person put these in. But I should be able to do it on my own. You see, it's like this, so I'm putting it like perpendicular essentially to that. Occasionally, because we actually rent these out, we do want to replace that carpet protector a bit. And now, essentially just going to lift this up. The setting isn't great. This is just at our kind of industrial bay where we have all our event rentals. And you can lift it up like this. And there you have it. Now, a good idea is, and I'll send you some pictures too, or I'll include them in the video. For those messaging us, I'll send the pictures. But some people put like either spikes in here. Just you can do it on either side, kind of like one spike here, just like a tent spike, and one spike here, and that'll keep it kind of in place. I've seen people put like decor around, like a sandbag, and then decor like candles or nice kind of decor to kind of cover those. If you have like a sandbag, that's gonna prevent it from like this kind of movement. The other thing you can do too, if it's like too windy, we usually include these in our packages, is you can take one of these hardware pieces, okay, and you can just screw it to the edge or even to the back edge right here. And this is, you can hand screw this, right? And then just take some line, some string, and go down to the ground, and then again peg it down. And that's gonna keep it kind of sturdier in the wind. Because you do want to support it a little bit, especially if it's outside, especially if it's windy. There's a bit of a breeze here. It's not moving at all, but of course if there's heavy wind, it would move a little bit. So I suggest, especially if it's the wedding day, if it's going to be breezy at all, I suggest 2 lines down and some stakes around the legs. And that's going to prevent it from moving. Now, these are actually great too if they're one solid piece. They're much stronger, they're less flimsy. Of course, this could be flimsy because it's tied together from the back in multiple pieces. So it's gonna be a little bit flimsy, but in this way you can transport it. You can take it apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together. And that in a sense is priceless. You can tighten these up a bit more, but the thing that makes it the most secure essentially is just take some time, take 10 minutes and ballast it to the ground. Put some spikes in there, take a line, even if it's fairly low, you put a line right there. It's not really a tripping hazard. Plus typically this is going behind the bride and groom or something. People aren't really walking there. It's in the back of the building against a wall or something. So if it is indoors, you don't really have to brace it. I would maybe put something like a sandbag or something just in case, but it's fairly good unless someone like knocks it over, right? But there you have it. Then you can put your decor around, and that's how kind of we set it up. And again, to take it down, same thing, you just grab it. Just be careful. Again, it's super easy with 2 people, a little trickier with 1. slower down, and then you can unscrew these. Here we ran out of hardware, so we have now a combination of wing nuts and screws, but this is probably my favorite hardware because you can just hand tighten it. If you do have these, which are just regular bolts, I think I call them screws, these are bolts technically. You don't want to over tighten them, you just want to hand tighten them as if you were tightening a wing nut. Otherwise you risk pulling that insert nut out. It is just wood, so you could pull it out if you give it enough torque. So there you have it. If you do pull it out, usually we include a couple extra ones, and you can just screw it back in, put some super glue, and then you're good again. So we have set these up. I know one guy lost half of the hardware. He was still able to set it up just fine. So if you lose a couple, you should be okay. And there you have it. That is the wedding arch. That's how we set it up. Again, we place these all on the ground. We put the joiner pieces down, and then we put the feet in. So maybe we'll do a quick zoom up of the feet, because that's really the tough part here. And you see how it's angled like that? So I am putting it in just like that. Okay? And that's it. So it's fairly tight with that carpet protector. And if you use it over like maybe half a dozen times, you probably want to replace it. But they're cheap, you can buy rolls of it. Again, we usually include some in our packages. Take it easy, we'll see you later.